Okay, hello there guys, welcome back to another VB.NET tutorial regarding developing a simplified accounting system. In the last few days I couldn't post any video, I had a flu, so I couldn't do any tutorials. Anyway, so now I'm okay and let's continue our work. So where did we stop the last time? Last time we created variables, I suppose. Okay, so the machine just booted, so it's kind of slow. Anyway, so let me see. Yes, we created the varsa class and we were able of saving and loading variables. The next thing we are going to create is the account statement class, and the account statement class has its definition, or basically it just allows you to insert values into the accounts table, and the accounts table is stored here, database. Let's see its structure. Accounts statement table should be here. This is account statement. So let's open this one. Okay, it has an ID, account ID, and the receipt date, etc. Balance change, new balance, etc. So these are the fields that we are supposed to fill. Okay, so now let's create a class and see how we can fill this one. So I got the Lover project lib.db and select add and select a new class here. Okay, and let me see. Okay, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do the following. I will say account statement, statement class, and I will hit enter. Okay, so I'll put a few notes here. Okay, this class is used to simplify the insert or the insertion of records into the database. Okay, now we should specify the members. So public ID as long equals -1. Okay, we will fill this at runtime. Public account ID as long equals -1. This should be filled manually, and if we forget to fill that, we will throw an exception. In other words, we are going to cause an error. And we have public receipt ID as long equals -1, and we have public receipt date, right, as string. Okay, and there's going to be an empty string here, and we have old balance as decimal equals 0, and we have public balance change as decimal equals 0, and we have public new balance as decimal equals 0. Basically, you don't need the new balance because it could be calculated by just combining these two together, but you know, there's no harm in adding this one. It doesn't take lots of storage, right? Maybe if you have millions of records, in that case, you would start thinking of reducing the number of columns in the table to speed things up, especially queries. Okay, and we have the notes as string, and this is going to be an empty string. Okay, so let's assume that you fill the object here, and you need a function to insert values. So I'll just go here for a second just to make sure that I am following the same style here. Okay, not much of a difference. So so let's go back here. Sorry, just a second. Sorry, still have a little bit of a cough here. Sorry about that. But anyway, public function insert into database, and we have db as db dot what account. No, it is database management class, so I could remove this one. And we have what also viref error msg a string, so this is going to be used to store the error message. And finally we need to commit the changes, or maybe pass a variable stating if we want to commit that or not, as boolean. Okay, and dba dot roll db dot rollback, and error message equals ex dot message, and I'll have to let's go back here. This will allow me to copy this and paste these here. Okay, so I'll add things to the log to make things a little bit more clear for debugging. And I didn't write the body of the function. I'll write it in a second. So this function is used to insert a record to the account statement. Okay, we'll see how this works out later on. So definition. Oh no. db.execute SQL insert into accounts statement, and we open this one. What do we have? We have the ID, sorry for that, ID, and we have account ID followed by receipt ID followed by receipt date followed by old balance, and we have balance change and new balance, and we have what also we have notes. Okay, we close this one. Let me just change the width of these so that you see the whole statement without any scroll bars. Okay, there you go. And okay, and sorry, continue this one. I will say here values, and you open that, add 0, add 1, add 2, add 3, add 4, add 5, sorry, add 6, add 7. That's it, and we close that. Okay, and now we need to pass the parameters, right? So this will be the ID followed by account ID followed by receipt ID followed by receipt date followed by old balance and balance change and new balance and notes. Okay, so these should be 8, right? 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, let me see. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, that is perfect. And if commit, then db.commit, and we return true. Sorry about that. Anyway, so we finished this part. Now we can insert the accounts statement into the database. Let's go here and mark this one as done. Okay, and now yeah, by the way, we already created the vars class. I created the vars table and the var class at the same time, so this one is already finished. Okay, we only need to create the receipt class. Okay, so now let's go and create that. Let us save this one here. Okay, and let's go right clicking here and select add and a new item. Okay, there's gonna be receipt oops, receipt class. Wonderful. Okay, so basically this class is used to insert or load receipts. Okay, we will add more functionality later on, but for now it will be just, you know, a simple class for displaying the receipts table or inserting values into the receipt table. Okay, come on, dude. Oh, I did a double click, this is why. So the designer is loading and it's taking forever. Okay, so here we have public receipt ID as long equals 0. We have public receipt number as a string, string equals nothing, and public receipt date as string equals nothing, and we have public source account as long, source account, make it an ID here, source account ID as long equals -1, and we have public destination account ID as long equals -1, sorry about that, and the receipt amount, and public receipt amount as decimal equals 0. And now we are going to create the function for inserting a receipt. Okay, so we have public function insert into database. Pretty much the same thing here. We have db as database management class, followed by error, msg as string, and comment as boolean. Okay, I did a few mistakes. I just remembered in the account statement, the ID, I didn't set the ID. So basically here I have the ID equals db dot get next ID. Very straightforward. Same will be here. We have try, right? So we have receipt ID. Receipt ID equals db get next ID. And if there is any error, okay, if we have any error, sorry about that. If we have any error, we should do something very similar to this one. Oops. Control C and go here and go here. Okay, wonderful. So I've got this one. And now, since we just set the ID, we will do a few checks. So if source account ID equals -1, then through the new exception, source account ID not set. Account ID not set. That's it. Now the same thing. Well, this statement means that you want the program to interrupt its execution and it will return a form of error. Okay, so if you go here to the catch part, and it will trigger this part of the code. Okay. Now if destination account ID equals -1, then through new exception destination account ID not set. sorry about that. Anyway, so I finished this one. We just need to do one last thing. Actually, not one last thing, a number of things. First, we need to insert the receipt. So we say db.execute SQL insert into receipts, which is receipt ID and receipt number, and we have receipt date, and we have source account ID and destination account ID, and what do we have? Receipt amount. Okay. We have values. One. How many? Okay, I could do it in a different way. Okay, this is the other lazy way I could do things with. Okay, so this one, this is at 0, this is at 1, at 2, at 3, at 4, and at 5. And what am I gonna add here is the parameters. I'm gonna add the parameters right here. So this is gonna be receipt ID and receipt number, and after that we have receipt date, and we have source account ID, destination account ID, and receipt amount. Now you might think that we just finished the insertion here, but no, we are doing a bigger transaction here. So I will add this one. Okay, then db.commit and return true. But we just added the receipt, but we didn't change what happened to the account. So we need to update the account, right? So now, I said before that I have a special account over here, which is account number 1, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, it's account -1. Okay, it's account -1. Okay, sorry about that. So in the initialization, I'll make this -2. So if the account is -2, this means that it is not set. A -1 will have a different treatment. Okay. So now, sorry. So now, we just had this. I have this one. So we need to get the accounts object to know what is the amount of money in each account before updating them. So dimension source account object as new accounts class, and dimension destination. Oh, let me finish this one step at a time. If source account object dot, okay, if not, okay, dot, oh, I created the insert method for inserting accounts, but I didn't create the load method for loading accounts. So now I have to do that in order to continue. So let's go here. So here I'm gonna say public function load from database dba as database access. Okay, this is gonna be db actually, and we have what? We have ACCID else long and byref msg a string, and this is gonna be a term boolean. Try. Okay, so what does this function do? Okay, this function allows you to load an account object from the database using the account ID. We'll create another method later on that allows you to load an account based on its name. Okay, but for now, let's focus on this one because this is the one we are using right now, this is the one we are needing right now. So, oh, there is a misspelling here. I'm sorry about that. Okay, now this one's fixed. Let's see. So dimension dt equals db dot full data table select star from accounts where, let me open the accounts table and see what's in there. Okay, where account ID equal at 0, and this is gonna be what? ACCID. That's it. Now if dt dot rows dot count equals 0, then this means that there is no account record. So I will say dt dot dispose so that I don't waste memory over here. Okay, and then I will throw new exception account record not found. Okay, account record with ID number it's 0, not found, and I will just dot replace at 0 with ACC ID. Okay, this will help me. Okay, so this is the message. I will replace this one with the account ID, and that's it. It's very straightforward. So I'll throw an exception if the record is not there. But if the record exists, I'll say account ID equals dt.rows of 0 dot item of account ID. It's the first value. We have account holder name. Account holder name equals dt.rows of 0 dot item of account holder. Oops, holder name. And I will put double quotation just in case there is a null there. So this will get rid of it. And we have account balance equals dt.rows of 0 dot item. Oops, item of. Let me see. Account holder name, account balance. This is gonna be account balance. Okay, this is the decimal value. And we have the notes. Account notes equals dt.rows of 0 dot item of account notes. This is a string, and we have account version equals dt.rows of 0 dot item of account version. Okay, account version. Okay, that's it, and I will return true. Before that, dt.dispose, so that I don't keep any memory leaks in there. That's it. Let's save this. Now let's go to the receipt. Let's go to the receipt class. Okay, it seems that in the garden our cats are fighting. Okay, now let's go back here. So we have this receipt, we inserted it, but we need to insert some other information. We need to update the accounts, and also we need to do what? We need to update the account statement. For this reason, we need to load the source and destination accounts. So here, if not source account object dot load from database db followed by source account ID followed by error message, then true new exception error message. Okay, so check this syntax. It's very straightforward. So if you cannot load the source account, okay, so you will get an error message here. So this method shouldn't continue. So an error is thrown again. So what you will have is like cascaded errors. That states where the error is happening in each step within each function. So things will be much more clear to you when you are debugging the code. Okay. Anyway, this is very straightforward. And now let's see, dimension destination account object as new accounts class. Okay, if not destination account object dot load from database db destination account ID error message, and through new exception error message. Now we loaded these two accounts. Now what happens to the source account? It have its value reduced by that amount. So we say db.execute SQL update accounts set account balance equals account balance plus add 0, where account ID equals add 1. Okay, so you'll be wondering why I need this, because here I'm using the ID. I'll show in a second, please. Wait, please. We have the receipt amount. Oh, sorry, this is the source. So we get money out of the source, and what we do is source account ID, and then we reverse this transaction for the destination. Go here, and this is gonna be destination account ID. Now we need to insert the statement records. So dimension source statement as a new accounts statement class, and we have source statement. We have source statement dot account ID equals source account object dot account ID, and we have source statement source statement dot account change equals me dot receipt amount, right? Yeah, I don't have to call in here, but anyway, source statement dot we have the old balance. This is going to be source account object dot account balance. So this is why I did it, basically in order to get the values here. Maybe I need extra information, so I just put it in here. Okay, but you could access the database directly. Anyway, we have, other than the source statement, we have old balance source statement dot new balance equal source account object dot account balance minus receipt amount. Okay, as you can see here, very straightforward. Now, and so I set the old and new balance. What do we have also? Let me see. Source account statement dot yeah, we have the receipt date equals receipt date, and source statement dot, and we have what? We have the receipt ID, so I'm gonna make this equal to the receipt ID. Receipt ID. Oops. Wonderful. Okay, so we have this one. We have source statement receipt ID equal. Okay, that's it. And since we finished this one, what do we have also? I think that's it. If not, source statement dot insert into database db error message false, then true new exception error message. So here we updated or created the statement for the account just for this single transaction. This is the source we are drawing from. Now the same thing should be done for the destination. So I'm copying here destination statement. Okay, and I'm gonna copy this part because I'm lazy. Okay, Ctrl V, Ctrl V again, Ctrl V again, V again, and V again. Okay, so now we have few things here. Instead of the source account object, there's going to be destination account object. Okay, this is going to be a receipt amount, and there's going to be destination account object dot account balance. It's going to be destination account object plus the receipt amount. Okay, and we have the receipt date, and we need to insert this destination statement. And we insert the values, and then we commit the changes if a commit command is required. Okay, so let me put a few notes here. This function is used to insert a receipt into the database. Okay, so now let us try this code and see if it works. But I'm gonna trace it step by step to make sure that no error is happening. And before that, we need two accounts. So let me see. Show table data. Let me see. We have an account of -1, and another account is for Mr. Smith. Okay, so let's go to our project here. Okay, let me see. Go. So here, just insert receipt. That's it. So now I'm gonna copy this little code over here, Control C, click Control V, no problem, and I have to add code here. That's it. So here dimension R as new receipts. What? Oops. What is the spelling? R. Oh, wait a second. lib.db.receipt class. Okay, this one. Forget the namespace of the project. Sorry about that. So now we say r dot source account. We are going to draw from the account -1, and we are going to put into the account of 5. Later on we'll create user interface for selecting the source and destination based on the account name instead of, you know, this ID that doesn't show to others. R dot amount equals 100, so $100, and R dot sorry about that. Okay, so not receipt amount, we have the receipt date. This is gonna be it will be in the following format. Now 1 2 3 4 and DD. Okay, this is gonna be the receipt date, and R dot after the date we have the receipt number. This is gonna be equal to 22. Now I'm gonna insert the value. Okay, so if not, R dot insert into the database R followed by error message and true, then MSG box failed. Okay, I'll just copy this one again. As you can see, oops, Control C, Control V. This is gonna be what? This is gonna be DB object, DB obj. So now let us try this one. I'll put the breakpoint here, okay, so that you could see what's happening. So I run the code and I click here. Now the debugging starts. So F10, I just set the source account -1, the destination is 5. Okay, so the amount, the receipt amount is $100, and the receipt date, this is the receipt date as you can see, 2017, second month, day 11, and the receipt number. Now we are gonna go and try to insert this record. So we go here, the receipt ID is 0, now we get an ID, so it's 6. Now the source account ID is not -2, so because we set it, so there's no problem there. Same goes for the destination. Now we are trying to insert the record, and the insert process succeeded. Now we are gonna load the source account. So we try that, and the source account object, if you open that, you will find the information here. Okay, now the destination account again, go, and the destination account is here. Now I just forgot to add a few things here. Now this one's gonna update the account, but the account version should increase by 1. So I just forget that I did a mistake. So let me stop the code here. Let me stop it in here and fix this problem very quickly. Okay, so here this is going to be account version equals account version +1. That's it. And I just need to add comma here. Wonderful. So just found an error, sorry about that, but it is part of programming. You find errors, and yeah. So now let us run the code, but I just left the breakpoint here. Okay, so I don't have to go through all these previous steps. So I remove this one, go. Okay, so we reach this one, this is step right here. Now before I go any further, before I go any further, I'll right click here and show the table data. Okay, so you can see that account version here, so there are no changes. Each time you change an account, the number increases. So let's go here, and now I'm gonna update this one, okay, and update this one, Okay, and so far if you try to see the data, it appears to be the same, but it is not actually. So anyway, let's go now. The changes will not appear until you commit. So now what are we going to do? We are going to create a statement. So this is going to be an account statement. This is account ID, this is the balance change, this is the old balance 0, this is the new balance minus 100, this is the receipt date, the receipt ID. Okay, and okay, we inserted that. Now the destination account have the statement as well. This is account ID, and we have the change. The old balance is 50, the new balance 150, receipt date, receipt ID, and we insert that, and we are gonna commit the changes. Okay, and we continue running. So we finished that. Now let me show you the data and the changes. So now if we go to the accounts here, okay, now let me refresh. Okay, check this out. This one is minus 100, this one is 150 because we drew 100 from this one and we added 150 to the, 100 to this one, and this one previously had 50. Okay, so you can see here. Alright, now let me run this again. Okay, and press this one here. Okay, it should work, and press this one again, and press this one again and again. Now let me stop this. And let me refresh and show you this. Okay, so now it's 6 times. Okay, but as you can see, this one is 550. So if we go to account statement, let's go here. Check now the account statement. You can see, for example, here, this is the account number 5. And it had 50, then a change of 100 happened, so you have 150 now, and then the same thing goes later on a different receipt. So 150 with 100, we have 250, and so on. So this table will serve as an account statement table. Okay, okay, so this was very a quick update to the code. We finished lots of things. We still have a few things to do, such as the users class. We finished that. Then we start with the graphical user interface. That will be all for today. I'll be posting the source code on the website, so you could download that from there. That's all for today. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.